Hey, everybody out there in YouTube land, welcome to my channel, Watch Lookout. And you can see today we've got a special guest with us. Jake, say hi to everybody.
Hello, all right, how's it going?
And we're doing an unboxing video, but this time we're doing it over Zoom. And it's two continents come together. Uh, Jake is there in Europe, and I'm here in Asia. And so today I'm very excited because we're doing an unboxing of what for me is a Grail watch. It's a watch that I've wanted for a couple years. And I guess you could say it all started back in 1960, Jake. Thanks for asking. It all started back in
Is that a
1960.
Grail watch or like your watch
It's a
collection?
well, a Grail watch is a watch that you hold in high esteem. It's something that you
Hmm.
want. In terms of price point, that's not what makes it a Grail watch. It's because for me, it's a watch that I wanted, and there was some struggle to be able to get it. In fact, part of the reason why we're doing a Zoom video today. So I'm wearing two watches now because I'm
I
winding.
did notice.
Yeah, I'm winding them both. So on my
Very
left
nice.
wrist, I'm wearing my Feel Never by Liege. This is the USA D5 in stainless steel, more than 250 grams of weight. And this has a 550 meter water resistance with a manual helium release valve here on the 10 o'clock position. And on my right wrist, I'm wearing my carry-on. This is a Comex diver. So this is sort of in the spirit of diving. It all started in 1960, Jake, when U.S. Navy Lieutenant Don Walsh and Swiss engineer and oceanographer Jacques Piccard set out to break a record. And so Jacques Piccard had been studying ocean currents, and they set out to dive down in a submarine, a bathyscaphe, they call it, bathyscaphe. And
Hmm.
they set a diving record when they descended to a depth of 10,960 meters or 35,813 feet, and that was to the bottom of the Mariana Trench in the Pacific Ocean.
Oh, wow.
And attached to the outside of that submarine was an experimental watch, the Rolex Deep Sea Special. And that watch survived the dive unscathed. So this watch that I've ordered is not really an homage to the Rolex, but it's drawing heavy inspiration on its appearance, its design. This watch also has more than greater than average water depth rating, but it's nothing like what the Rolex accomplished. But this watch is engineered really nicely, and it is a really big one. These proportions of this watch are very similar to the watch that you're going to be unboxing for us today. So go ahead and get started, Jake, and unbox that bad boy. What are you wearing on your wrist? You're wearing a smartwatch, aren't you?
Yeah, smartwatch, just a Samsung watch. Yeah, I do
Okay.
like watches. But I've gone for the digital watches, well, smartwatches these days, not digital.
Sure,
Yeah, but
sure.
yeah, that's it. But I do like watches. And it's amazing what you said about the pressure. Like oh, pardon me, sorry.
Hmm.
1 minute. Um, yeah, it's amazing what you said about the pressure, as in like how did they survive that pressure is incredible, to be honest. It's yeah, it's pretty amazing. I mean, consider like I wouldn't even know where to begin, how to I mean the Mariana Trench, So yeah, sorry, 1 minute. I gotta take this call a second. 1 minute. My
Oh,
baby's sleeping, so it might be important. So I'll be right back. One
all
minute.
right. Well, anyway, guys, that was a little unexpected. He's 3 hours behind us, so it's past 8. I don't know if that's his wife calling or what it is. Anyway, suspense. Jake is going to do the unboxing, And you're seeing my face today because I figured it'd be too weird to do a zoom from the neck down when I don't have the watch in front of me. So I purchased this watch, and the problem is that Spinnaker does not deliver to where I'm living. And on top of that, the watch's price point makes it so that I can't actually have it delivered. So I had it delivered instead to my friend's house. And when his wife visits, she's going to bring it over with her, and we'll be very happy for that little reunion. But that's still probably about 2 months away, so I have to sit patiently and wait for that. And this unboxing is just a way for me to look at the watch, and Jake is back, and be able to
Sorry.
sort of share with you guys. And then, of course, when I have the watch in hand, I'll do a more detailed review, and that will probably get me started detailed reviewing all of my other watches. Okay, so Jake, now what we want you to do is we want you to unbox it, but we want you to focus your camera so that we're looking at the package while you're unboxing it.
Yeah, no worries at all then. So I just removed the plastic packaging which is on top, and it was also the FedEx fin. So
Mhm.
this is the box right
All right, so
here.
we did have that as well, right? We had a little problem with FedEx. I always have drama with my cargo. My subs know this, my viewers know this, and this was no different. FedEx attempted to deliver the watch several times, but evidently there's a little hiccup in the information. Um, when I bought the watch on Spinnaker's website, I copy pasted the address that you gave me, Jake, and I just went to the first field of the address field, and I hit paste, and it populated all of the fields on its own. And it looked like it knew what it was doing. So I didn't realize that it had left off some information, and I didn't bother to double check. So that was the mess up on my part. All right, let's get to the thing, and let's open it and see what
Right.
we got going
I
on.
I noticed on the delivery package they handwrit the house name on there because they was missing from their digitalized version and stuff as well.
All
So
right.
yeah, do you want me to hold it like this and then we can
Yeah,
unbox
yeah.
it?
So
Yeah.
this is the Spinnaker Piccard, everyone. In case nobody knows, this is a watch I've wanted for a couple years. As I said, the first time I tried to order it, I discovered they wouldn't. Go ahead and open it, Jake.
Yeah.
I'll just keep talking. Uh, there we go. So it's upside down right now. Looks
Oh,
like a
sorry.
bigger than normal box. Um, And now what I want you to do is to turn your monitor down like this
Yeah.
so that we can see it as you remove it, because it's a heavy watch and I
Mhm.
don't want it to
Yeah.
unpredictably. There
Yeah.
we
Is
go.
that all right? Yeah.
Yeah. So so once again, hiccups with the delivery, and that's kind of a normal thing for me. They don't deliver to Turkey. Then, when I attempted to order the watch, it had been sold out, so I had to wait patiently. Second time I tried to order it, I then realized that there was a change to the customs laws here, and I wasn't going to be able to. Go ahead and open it while I'm talking,
Yeah.
Jake,
No
because people
worries.
are waiting with bated breath to see this thing.
Yeah.
All right, looks like
This
it's
is some
shining
foam.
underneath the foam. Yeah, I got some foam
Yeah.
there.
Nice black foam.
All right, and there she is in all
Open
her
that.
glory, the Spinnaker Piccard. This is the dark cerulean model SP 5098 22. What we have here is a hunk of stainless steel that is 251.6 grams. Um, let's bring that close to the camera. All right, so kind of a Spartan box. There might be something underneath that
I
package.
think it's like yeah, it's a silicone gel. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, no, but there might be something inside there as well, like
No
instruction
worries.
manual, maybe tools, etc. Sometimes it's like that.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not.
Shall I put this on my wrist first, and then I can open it up? Then is it
Well,
or
let's look at it first,
yeah?
and I'm going to go through the specs. Now, this features the NH35 TMI movement. They do say that on Spinnaker. They don't say the Seiko instruments, but it is a TMI movement, which Seiko owns time module. And it is stainless steel. As I said, I got the blue colorway. It's covered in plastic, so we can't really see it right now. It's got a case diameter of 45 millimeters. Go ahead and take it off that pillow, Jake, and see if you can remove the
Yeah.
plastic.
Yeah.
It's got a case thickness of 21 millimeters because we want to see that sapphire crystal. That's what the whole show is about, is the sapphire crystal on this baby. It's got a lug to lug now of 52 millimeters, so that's hella big. And you know, a lug width of 22 millimeters, and it does feature an ultra domed sapphire crystal with anti-reflective coating on the bottom. It's a solid piece of sapphire carved out of that bad boy. So it's got a blue dial and a blue ceramic bezel insert. It's doesn't have the indices on the bezel are not painted. So we do have a lume pip there at the 12 o'clock. Which does feature lume. It's a Swiss Superluminova on the dial and on that arrow at the 12 o'clock. Water resistance is 550 meters. It does feature a 2-year international warranty, and it also has an automatically regulating helium release valve on the opposite side of the crown, which is normal. So it's on the flank. Jake will show it to us there. Yeah, it's a hell of a watch. This is the second iteration of this watch. Somewhat hard to film because that dome. Show them a profile shot, Jake, so they can see that sapphire crystal. Do it like this. You
On the
see how
side?
my hand is?
Oh, I see him. Like,
Yeah, it's all about that dome sapphire crystal. That's why I fell in love with it. Now, the first Piccard I saw didn't have a rotating bezel, and it was even bigger than this thing is today. But this second iteration is a little more subtle. It's a little bit less.
got a plus, sorry,
Yeah, yeah,
plastic
yeah.
layer
There's
on top
plastic
and
on
taking it
everything.
on.
Yeah, there's plastic on
Yeah,
everything.
there we go.
So it
That's
does feature lollipop second hand and fence post hour and minute hand. And it does have these baton indices. There is a date at the 3 o'clock position. It's really hard to see. It's quite deformed by virtue of that crystal, but looking at it straight on, the wearer will probably enjoy that. Jake, go ahead and slide it on your wrist. It's not going to be adjusted, of course, but give everybody a wrist shot. That's the money shot in watches unboxing videos, is putting it on the wrist so we can see it. There's probably going to be plastic on there as well.
yeah. There's some. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
notice it. Yeah.
Yeah, I
Take that
swear,
off.
you know, this is going to have to look as though it's not brand new when it travels with EJ. So all of
Hmm.
that plastic just put in the Spinnaker box, and then on the day, that watch will just be in like a sock roll or something with no packet, no plastic on it. Um, and you know, just put it in the baggage and then put the box in another piece of baggage, and I think it should be good to go. This way it doesn't like alert anybody that it's new, and arouse suspicion. And also it's best not to have it on her wrist because it's not going to be adjusted, so it's not even going to fit her wrist, and she's going to have to
Hmm.
remove it because it's not going to make it through the metal detector, obviously. um, It'll be a whole thing. So
Plastics
it
quite.
features a 3-link bracelet, sort of an oyster style bracelet. And I think I pretty much went through all of the specs of it. It's just one of these watches that is big, and it's like a dive watch on steroids. You know, interestingly, my Sea Dweller has thousands of meters of water resistance, and it doesn't have these gargantuan proportions. So that's just a testament to how well Rolex makes their watches. You know, this watch is an homage to the that experimental watch that Rolex made years ago, and they used an acrylic crystal back then. They didn't even use sapphire, and that crystal was even bigger and more pronounced than the one on this watch. So, um, you know, it's kind of funny how it is. Okay, here we go. He's going to try to put it on, slide it
No,
over.
I don't want to
There should be
obviously
a
purge it.
safety clasp. Yeah, yeah, good. There should be a fold over safety clasp, maybe a double pin button release.
I can
And
see
just
there's a
yeah, yeah,
pinned
yeah.
like
Just so there so pull that the see where the metal is exposed there? No, no, no. No, use your fingernail to pull that piece of metal up on top of the clasp itself.
oh
There
this
you go. And then push those two buttons.
ah
There you go.
ah,
There you
I
go.
see, I see.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's a fairly I have that actually on both the watches I'm wearing now.
Oh, I didn't know. Yeah,
Yeah,
interesting.
so you got the
Yeah,
fold over safety clasp and then you got the double pin button release. And those are probably maybe push pins in there. I don't think they're screw pins if I remember correctly. Yeah, so I just wanted a big, enormous, ridiculous watch. And, you know, I fell in love with this, and 2 years went by. I got an email right after I had purchased another watch, and I'm going through my blue period because the last three watches I've purchased all have blue dials. And this watch is supposed to be the one that allows me to take a break from watch collecting. And I think any videos that I make are just go ahead and put that up close to the screen so everybody can get a good look at it. Put it up close. There we go. Looks beautiful. Lollipop hand moving around. Yeah, I'll be really excited to take that. Be really, really excited to have that one. I wanted it,
beautiful.
and now I've got it. Thank you so much, Jake. Yeah, and of course, Edgy, I'm gonna have to get her a gift when she comes here. And I don't know if it'll be a dinner voucher. I don't know what it'll be. I'll figure it out. Maybe a watch. I might get her a watch. She doesn't even wear watches, but
Ah, so good. It's an
yeah.
absolutely stunning watch. As someone who's not that keyed up on watches, this is an absolute beauty.
Yeah, I mean it's it's
With
it's
this.
ridiculous, but you know, sometimes I mean this is as big as that watch is. In fact, this watch is even bigger in case diameter than the one on your
Hmm.
wrist right now, and it's only 1 millimeter smaller. And it doesn't look that ridiculous on my wrist. I have a 7.5 inch wrist. I've got another watch with a 50 millimeter case, and that doesn't look ridiculous on my wrist either. So the only thing about this one is that crystal. That crystal is on steroids. It's like a
Hmm.
whole, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
that is something that I'm gonna bump into stuff, and each time I'm gonna flinch when it happens until I get used to it. Oh, thank you so much. I'm so
It,
excited. Now that blue that you're looking at, Jake, is that dark? I mean, it's a dark cerulean. That's the name of this one. There's three
oh,
colorways.
on the outer layer, yeah. This
Yeah,
part
the
right here, yeah.
dial, yeah, the dial and the
Hmm.
bezel, right? So they're both blue, and they
Yeah, it's dark navy blue, I'd say.
yeah, yeah, it looks
Yeah.
pretty dark. Looks pretty dark. There's three colorways. They have a black dial, a green dial, and then this blue dial. And as I said, I'm going through my blue period because this dial's a really deep navy blue. I just took a watch dives that has sort of a lighter blue with yellow indices, and that's got 300 meters of water resistance. And then this one. So like I said, this is going to put the pause on my watch collecting for a while, but I got to wait a couple months before I can get this. So I got to figure out. I'm probably going to buy other watches just because I can't. That's what happened when I had to wait 6 months to get one of my Unimatics. Is I couldn't wait, so I bought one or two watches in between. All right, guys, thanks for coming out and joining us in this. You know, I'm gonna upload this Zoom to Facebook and just wait patiently until I can get that thing on my wrist. Thanks so much, buddy. I appreciate it.
No worries at all. Hope you enjoy. Won't be long.
Right. Cheers, everybody. Please like, share, and subscribe.